I'm in the middle of a water change, and this is my 75-gallon fish tank. There's some kissing gromnies, dojo loach. There's a couple of dojo loaches. There's one male, one female. There's a big goldfish. Let's see. That's my albino dojo loach. That's a female. I do believe that is I can't tell if it's a male or female, but because the goldfish, when they get really big, they can get fat, even if they're male. But he looks like a male. I call him Big Boy because he's just like huge. He's about 10 to, I'd say he's about 10 or 11 inches right now. He's about 6 years old as well. I got him from a lady that had him in a 29-gallon for like 5 years or so, but I put him in the 75 and he's grown a little more since he's been in there. He's grown about 3 more inches since he's been in there. But when I got him, he was fairly large size. He was at least 7 or 8 inches when I got him. Then that's George right there. That's another goldfish. That one I do know for a fact is male because he's streamlined and his body shape is male. There's also a kissing gromny, and there's his partner right there. Now, the kissing gromnies, I do know I have a male and female, but they are very hard to determine their sex, as you can see. They're exactly identical, almost. But I do believe that one there is the female, and that one back there is the male. So, they do kiss every now and then. I just fed the fish tank, so they're all chilling out now because they just mowed down a large meal. And as you can see, Big Boy's still picking stuff, so is George. The loaches and other fishes just get the food and the floating around, but the goldfish like that, they always scavenge all day long. They never stop doing that right there. Unless I'm feeding him, then of course he's up here getting the food like her. I've got this guy trained if he's not paying attention right now because he's really trying to eat. But I can make him follow my finger all the way across the tank and back, and it's really cool to watch because Big Boy will do that. I used to have 6 other goldfish in here with him. They were small ones, but I put them out in my shed because it was clouding the water too much. There he goes. He's really cool. Big Boy, Dr. White, and George I've had for about a year now. Those are the trio that's like really awesome. I just love them guys. Then my son recently got, or a couple months ago, I got them 2 kissing gromnies. They're only grown about an inch or 2 because they're very slow growing fish, but believe it or not, they will end up being around 10 to 12 inches here in this 75, so they're going to be massive in about a year. My favorite fish in here. Surprise! Yes, there is an Oscar in there. That's my tiger Oscar. I love that dude. I know he's, Skeeter, come here. He's not paying attention right now. I call him Skeeter, but he's got like 10 different names. Oh, here he comes. Skeeter. Big Boy got in his way. Skeeter, get out of the bubbles. There's Skeeter. He's got some beautiful colors that are very unique. He has a very unique pattern that I have never seen on a tiger Oscar. As you can see, look at his pinkish purplish on his body. He is so awesome looking. Plus he has that red-orange tiger with the blackish pattern head and stuff, like a tiger Oscar. Only he has that very unique coloring that I've never seen. thought that he may have been mixed with like a different one, but he's definitely a tiger Oscar. Well, he has that unique color pattern, and it's really awesome. He's just an awesome fish. I've only had him for about a month, or 2 months now, actually. When I first got him, I had him in a 35 gallon, then he ended up getting sick. He got some fungus and crap on him, and I healed him up, and then I got him out of there. After he healed up, I put him in here, and he's doing awesome in here. I was kind of skeptical at first putting him in a community tank because he is an Oscar who, yeah, as you can see, he will nip a little bit. He hasn't killed any of my fish yet, but he's pretty small right now. I would imagine when he gets bigger, he might try to pick some people off in here, but I doubt he'll be successful with the size of these guys. He may be able to fin nip a little bit, but that's about as far as he's going to get, even if he's a huge Oscar. I don't think there will be a problem. I think it'll be maybe a little bit of a territorial. Those Gromnies are pretty territorial, and those guys are pretty tough as well. They have teeth on their lips, so they're almost like excuse me, I've been very sick, but the casing Gromnies are almost like cichlids, I would say, but they are Gromnies in their own species. But they're kind of like cichlids because cichlids have a bunch of teeth, and they got a bunch of teeth. I can't find the other loach. Oh, he's right there. Harry. I call this dude Harry Larry. That's my son's newest addition. We got that dude about a couple weeks ago too. Well, no, I bought the Oscar and the Dojo Loach at the same time. But that Dojo Loach, I have a 13-year-old son, which he earns money a lot by doing work. He bought that guy with his own money. He really wanted a Dojo Loach, a male one, since we have the female one in there. So they're partners in there, but yeah, that dude's really cool. He's not as big as her yet because he's younger than her, but eventually he'll actually end up being bigger than her, believe it or not. She's fully grown. I've had her for a year. She's a full-grown 11 or 12 inch big girl. She's a yeah, she's kind of overweight. She's a good eater. She's a really good eater, so she's a fat girl. But she is awesome. She has an awesome personality. She'll let me touch her. Now come right. Come up here. Watch this. Come here. Come here, baby. Dr. White. There she is. She's going to come up and nibble my finger, watch. There she goes. She let me pet her. She's kind of being a brat right now, but she lets me pet her. And she'll nibble my finger. There she goes. Aw, hey, baby. Man, I missed the part where she nibbled my finger. She'll do it again. Come here. Come here, baby. And she let me pet her. She's cruising all around. Oh, here comes Harry Larry. I've never pet him. She went by my hand again. She's not doing the nibble thing because she's not in the mood, but as you can see, she's interactive with the humans. Big boy will let me pet him sometime. Big boy. He won't want to do it right now, but that's because they just ate. He let me touch his tail right there. So did she. Harry Larry I want to touch. He won't. Oh, there he is. He let me touch him. He nibbled my finger. That's so awesome. That was the first time he ever done that. So as you can see, the pond loaches are very interactive. They're so awesome. They're awesome fish. If you guys have a big tank, I would recommend trying to get one of these. Because they're just awesome. They interact with you, they let you pet them and stuff. I mean, they're just awesome. I will admit, on this 75, you got to keep up on the water changes. It's a lot of water changes, but there you go. That's my beautiful 75 with awesome fish in it. So, in my opinion, I didn't show you the huge pleco. There it is. I have she's back there right now. But believe it or not, that pleco actually interacts when during feeding time. She'll come up and feed. And before I feed, during feeding time, she comes up and begs with the other fish, like how they beg for food. She's cool. We call her Miss D because she's Miss Goliath, the giant pleco.